Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am putting together our new little mini collection that I'm launching in, I say in December, but it is now, I think the 2nd of December. 2nd of December? I think it is. Time is just escaping me at the moment. So this is not part of it. This is laundry sheets. If you've never used these before, by the way, they are like, is there anything in here for me to show you? No, there isn't. It looks like the picture. It's like kind of like a foamy sheet and it dissolves. These are the best. So much better than any other detergent thing. Right, so I had loads of these jars left over that we're never going to use again. We used to use them because we used to offer different sized candles. I found them all in a box and thought, how can I use these? So what I'm going to do is a bedroom set. This is half cashmere, half sweet dreams. I was going to design a new label and then I thought, you know what? They don't need labels. They look really sleek and just 2 of them in your bedroom. It's going to, if anything, it's just going to detract from the look. So I'm not actually going to do that. I'm just going to have the CLP label on the bottom that tells you what the scent is. And then I will show you, the idea is they're going to go, and now I'm a little bit worried about postage because I want to put them in like this, but I feel they need a little bit of extra something. So I think I'm probably going to individually wrap them with some tissue paper. Much as it's nice for them to look like that when you open the box, I want to protect them. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to label all the bottoms of these today. And I do need to design a label that's going to go on the top of the box to make it like a gift. I also have these, which need to be finished up. These are our Peach Fizz. So for our December launch, we're going to have, they're all completely different things. We've got our New Year candle label con, which tell me what you think. I feel like I've learned a lesson here because the jar itself is special. So this is like the collectible thing. This is you will get the one that you get. It's very unique. It's like a fun bit of a look of the draw situation. The scent is cashmere, which everybody loves. And then I drew on my iPad like a bit of a fireworks scene for the new year, but now I have the label on the jar. I feel like, and this possibly influenced me not putting labels on the grey jars, I feel like it was an either or. I feel like I could have done the label on a glass jar and the label would have popped more, or had this without the label. And so obviously people can get them and they can decide how they want to use it, you know. They can either have it that way or they can have it this way. But now I'm kind of cross with myself because I feel like the label doesn't look as good on the coloured jar as it would on glass. But maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know. Anyways, we've got this. And I wanted to do something completely different. A bit of a palette cleanser from all of the... I've just seen the elves. The elves are up there today. The elves are their own responsibility now, apparently, because I have no idea how they got there. Peach Fizz, that's the other one. I wanted a bit of a palette cleanser, something kind of fruity and non-Christmassy, but I wanted to make it so that it's still kind of celebratory. So I thought Bellini, it was between that and like a mimosa, and Peach Fizz. I really like this. Again, I printed this out on paper because I designed this. I drew all the peaches. And then when I had it printed on this like glossy vinyl that we usually use for our labels, I feel like it's lost some depth. I feel like it's not obvious that this is a hand-drawn design. It's all a learning curve. I definitely this year want to do more fun labels. Some more kind of, use some of the stuff that I can do, like drawing labels. But it's all going to be a learning curve. So that's what I'm doing today, putting together all of the new little launch. Oh, and Karen has made a little wax melt box with our core scents in it, and they've got the same labels that we used for the Christmas calendar, which I think is really cute as well. So we've got, you know, a little nice thing. I wanted to launch something that was not Christmas, so we can have those things. Maybe not the New Year, maybe. Although the New Year, the whole thing of the New Year is there's only going to be 25, so I feel like they'll sell. But the rest of the stuff can stay on the site until it sells. We don't need to put it in the sale. We don't need to throw it in mystery boxes. It can just live on the site until it sells. I wanted to have something a little bit new in December when people are still feeling like they want to buy gifts, but maybe at a time when they don't want to buy Christmas specific things because it's almost the end, you know? It's almost the end. This year, we're actually going to do a scent of the month. So our first scent is going to be, it's gorgeous. It's a very masculine scent. It's kind of aftershavey, but we tried a few and we were like, this is the one. I all year wanted to do something moon related. I have a ton of like moon names. Luna was really up there. But having just seen Cher in person, she wasn't singing. She was talking about her memoir, but it was honestly, it was like a religious experience. Seeing Cher in the flesh was magical for me. So having just seen Cher last week, and just waxing on and on to Karen about it, when I said we need a moon related name, she said Moonstruck. So Moonstruck it is. So that's going to be our January scent. And the plan is we're going to do, I think, probably 12 or 24 candles, 24-ish wax melts, and that will be our January scent. But then that January scent will just be available until we sell out. And then we'll go on to the February scent, and all of those scents will just live on the website until they sell, and we'll get kind of an indication of if something sold really, really well, or especially if someone comes back and buys more before they're gone, we'll maybe put that into the pot of this could be a permanent scent, or this could come back for the season. We were talking about how we did kind of, so like Daisy Chain, for example, that will come back as a month scent. Probably, I don't know, when do we think? I want to say like March. I know that's too soon, but that's when I'm starting to think about spring. That's when I'm like, pretty much from January, I start looking out into the garden, willing things to be green and grow. Because as soon as Christmas Day is over, I want it to be spring. I'm just always looking past things. But I don't think we're going to do a spring or a summer collection. I think that we might launch some new products, but nothing like these are the summer scents. We're going to stick to autumn winter collections, Halloween, Christmas, and we're going to do throughout the year little pockets of newness, because it's fun for us, it's interesting for us, and we think it's interesting for our customers too. I don't think that I mentioned this at any point, but I probably should have, in case you are a candle maker, because I know a couple of people have found me that way on YouTube. But we've started using a company called Easy CLP, which is so much easier for the scents that are not blends. It's so much easier. They send the labels like this. Everything is completely legally correct on there. There are ones that we've blended ourselves. There are ones that we have like found, oh, this is the perfect scent. And those few that we have that we're able to get printed just like as straight oils, so much. Wait a minute, this is not the right. I'm putting the wrong label on it because I'm distracted because I'm talking to you. Let's try this again. Yeah, it's so much easier to do it that way. I did also get some questions from people asking about the blends, and there was one woman I can recommend. If you're interested, message me on Instagram and I will send you the link, because you give her all of the, it's such a, you know, a legal minefield, candle making, because you're literally selling a jar of fire. So you need to make sure that you're doing everything exactly right. And if you haven't already, get yourself some public liability insurance. But yeah, we do have one woman that I would recommend, that any scents that we've blended ourselves, that needs to go through a professional. It all feels like a bit of a money-making scam, to be honest, because it really is no different. Us putting in, this is the oil that we use for this, and a label like this being created for us, it shouldn't be any different than us saying, well, we used these two labels at these ratios, and then a machine spits out that information as well. I'm certain that that is possible, but it's all a bit of a swizz. It's all a bit of a swizz. Oh, we're also back on Amazon. I think I mentioned this in the previous video, but we are back on Amazon and our stuff has been checked in, which is exciting. We've got a friend from work who messaged the other day and said that he has ordered something from Amazon, so he'll let us know how it arrives. I am nervous because this is the first time we're really putting our products in the hands of somebody else to ship, because prior to this, it's always been Karen. Karen sends everything, and Karen is really diligent. We've had, I mean, it's impossible to never have any breakages. It's going to happen if we're sending glass, but there are very few and far between. The percentage is really low. And obviously we've only, at that point, we can be like, well, we did all we could. the courier hasn't been careful with this parcel. It is what it is. But when it comes to Amazon, we have packaged it as best we can, but we don't know how then they're going to package it. And I wouldn't feel comfortable knowing that exactly how I've sent it to them is exactly how it's going to come to the customer, because it's packaged. It needs to still be in another box. So we'll see how things go. It's definitely a test. Unfortunately, there is a new law that if you want to sell anything in the EU or Northern Ireland, you have to have a representative in the EU or in Northern Ireland, basically, who can vouch for you and presumably the safety of your products. And again, feels like a little bit of a Swiss, because there are people who are charging hundreds and hundreds of pounds to do this. I don't really understand it, to be honest, and it's not worth getting into trouble over. So from the middle of December, we won't be able to ship product. I can't remember how to build these. We won't be able to ship products to the EU or Northern Ireland, which is frustrating because we do have customers there. I mean, the crazy thing is we can ship anywhere else in the world pretty much, but these are just new EU regulations. But having a little go with the Amazon FBA, which is to say that they will fulfilled by Amazon, knowing that I sent everything off and that we don't have to worry about anything at all, it all just is dealt with by them. They ship everything. The only issue we're going to have is potentially people not really. I like to believe, I don't know what I've done with the paper fizz now. I feel like I just had it now. Oh, there it is. I'd like to believe that if people understood that it was a small business, they would be less inclined to make complaints that aren't real complaints. But I know from friends who also sell on Amazon that that's just not the case. That they see it as a big business, like a big corporation, and people are always trying to pull a fast one. But it is a small business selling through Amazon, and I don't think that's clear at all. So whatever I can do to try and make that clear, I do think that in the future when I send things to Amazon, I'm going to put something in each package that's like, you are purchasing from, thank you for shopping from this small business. Something that just makes it clear that this isn't Amazon that you're buying it from, it is an independent seller. Because that's the one thing that does kind of make me nervous, that we have complete control of our customer service, but we don't have complete control of customer service when we're selling through Amazon. That is something that people could say, oh, it never arrived, or it arrived damaged, or it did whatever, and it's like a no questions asked refund. Whereas with us, at very least, if we ever had to replace or refund something, I consider that to be an opportunity to show someone how important our product, number one, is, but our customers are to us as well. Whereas when someone makes a complaint through Amazon and Amazon just saying, yeah, no problem, we refunded it, we don't get anything from that. We don't even get the opportunity to show really good customer service, Made all the boxes, filled them with the paper fizz. I couldn't do it on camera. It was just like throwing me off. I couldn't talk to you and make the boxes at the same time. So I've done that. I'm going to individually wrap the candles. I just feel like this is going to be a more secure situation. So although it's not going to look as cute, they're going to be like slotted in like that. And then just, it is what it is. It's just safer this way. And I don't think it's going to look not good. It's just not quite as cute as it's just in the box, This is the problem with printing for yourself. Sometimes things don't work. Just propping up my laptop on my desk because I'm printing in the office, but from my laptop rather than my big computer. I am printing some labels that our wholesale customer have created. And the problem with that is they are not the same resolution that I would make. They didn't like the ones that I made, so they made their own, which is completely fine. But when you've not got that control, they're not printing as well as I would like, which is not perfect. I've got a few other things to print, and then I can kind of assemble some of the stuff that's been hanging out downstairs. So I've got my numbers for the bottom of the New Year jars. These are the ones that are going to go on these candle duo boxes that are all boxed up now. I've got these ready to go for our wholesale order. And I also put our little logo on these little mini stickers, which I hate that I can never get them 100% central, but they look pretty smart. I'm really happy with how that little tiny label looks on the box. I think this is terrible lighting to show you it in, but I think it's like a smart little something, because I didn't want to go through the rigmarole of like, what label are we going to put on the front of the box, because it took so long to get to what label do you want on the front of the candle. Definitely with this wholesale order, I have learned a lesson. I'm going to insist, if we do anything moving forward, I'm going to insist that it follows a specific format, especially because we don't offer white label. White label is you make the candle, they make the label, like it's got nothing to do with you. You're just like making the product and it is being sold as theirs. And we've had, you know, not a tremendous amount of experience with wholesale, and this is the first one really that we've done like in collaboration with someone. And so they had a very specific idea of what they wanted, and it doesn't really represent our brand. So really, to me, what we've done is closer to white label, because it isn't smoke and matches for, it's more we create a product and they put their label on it, which is totally fine. It's just not really something that we wanted to offer. So I think moving forward, we're going to do something where up front we're going to be super clear. This is what it is. Like, you can tell us what you want, but it's going to have to fit a certain format so that I can make sure that visually it represents our brand. Because the price that we offer wholesale at is based on, number one, you're ordering X amount at once. Our wholesale number is pretty low. If you order 20 of something, we'll give you 50% off, which I think is really reasonable. Some people it's like 100 or more. But a huge part of it is that we are able to get our product in more people's hands. So it's like an advertising thing for us. And then when the product doesn't really advertise us well, I feel like the discount is not as valuable to us. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's all a learning experience. And again, I really feel like this is simple but effective. So that's my half of the wholesale order boxed up. Karen's got the, I've also made them a display candle, because I figure, you know, no one knows what this is. This was part of it. Like, it was definitely a learning curve, this particular order. Karen has her wax melt order prepped. I just need to label it all up and send it off to them, because it's going to be this local business. I can actually give that to them in person. These boxes, I don't love them as much as the boxes that we used for the wax melt gift set. It definitely feels like a shipping box. You know, like, that's put together as nicely as I can, and it feels a little bit raggedy. But let's see what it's going to look like with the label that I printed. Let's see if this will make it look any nicer at all. I feel like maybe, oh, should this go on the front where it's a little bit more flat? Maybe that might look a little bit better, actually, because it's like a more of a flat surface. Oh, I think that looks nice. Let me bring you to the light. I think that looks nice. Candle duo, and then inside is the two. Inside there is, put that on properly. I need to take a photo of these now. These two candles, but they're wrapped up nicely. So these I've left out just to take a photo of them for the website. But I wanted to wait until I had this box with the label on it, so I can be like, here's what it looks like on the outside, and this is what you get on the inside. This is all the wholesale. This is all the duo gift sets that's going to Karen. I've done some rudimentary photo shoots on this. I mean, I think the photos look okay, to say that I literally just quickly took them on my phone. I don't like to do it that way, but needs must. Also, I was in the middle of, I just like put the wax burner on and I was going to make some candles, and then realised I don't have the oil that I need to make the candle someone's ordered. We do a massive 1700 gram epic candle is what we've called it, the coffee table candle. And I make that to order, and I don't have that oil, but Karen does, so I'm going to collect that from her tomorrow. But I think that's kind of everything I needed to get done today. I've also labelled, I've labelled all of the New Year candles, and they've also got the thing underneath. I actually might put these, I might box them up, because now I've got the pictures of them. I'm actually burning mine already. That was the photo shoot one. So I get to have one. Yeah, I actually might box those up. I might box them up and put them in the same little, do that little mini label, see what people think. Because this is not our normal candle, so I think I can get away with doing something a little bit different. And I think it looks cute. Okay, I'll do that. This is what keeps me accountable. I'll do that, and then we'll finish up. Done. I did with these ones, because these are... oh, hang on a minute. I'll put that on the top instead of the bottom. Anyway, never mind. I ended up sealing these with some tape as well, because these have got... they're larger. So they've got a little bit less space in the box, and I felt like they were going to pop open. But it's all good. That's a lot of stuff done today. Thanks for hanging out with me while I did it, because I always get more done when I am filming. It's totally the body doubling thing. It works really well for me. And this would have been like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And I did it today. Now I do need to sort out all the listings on our site for the new products, and that's a whole other thing. I might try and get that done this afternoon. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.